Cannabis Common Sense, the show that tells the truth about marijuana and the politics behind its prohibition.
Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Cannabis Common Sense. We have a little hemp news broadcast for you. Our main guest tonight is Blake Laitner, who has a new movie coming out, We Need Rent Money. And isn't that true? So we have Blake Laitner with We Need Rent Money. The last about 25 minutes, I'm going to show a clip from a movie that I am the associate producer on called The Green Goddess. I'm going to show the last roughly 20 minutes or so, which I think has some of the most incredible visuals. I hope you agree. So stay tuned as we bring on our infamous dancing cannabis leaves.
I feel the force.
Okay, our first story tonight is from Minnesota. Legislation permitting adults to possess and home cultivate personal use quantities of cannabis takes effect in Minnesota next Tuesday, August 1st. Beginning that day, those aged 21 or older in Minnesota may legally possess in public up to 2 ounces of cannabis flowers or 8 grams of cannabis concentrates. Adults may also home cultivate up to 4 mature plants in a private residence and store up to 2 pounds of cannabis flowers. Nearly half of all Americans now reside in jurisdictions where the adult use of cannabis is legal. To date, no state has moved either curtail or repeal these legalization laws. That's because these policies are working largely as the voters and lawmakers intended, and they are clearly preferable to criminal marijuana prohibition. Minnesota state officials on August 1st will also begin the process of reviewing and expunging tens of thousands of marijuana convictions. Although the use of cannabis outdoors in public spaces is not explicitly forbidden under the law, local municipalities can prohibit such behavior. Unlike legalization policies enacted recently in several other states, including Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York, Minnesota's law does not provide language protecting those who consume cannabis at home from facing sanctions in the workplace if they test positive for cannabis metabolites on a drug screen. Adults may not legally possess open containers of cannabis products in their motor vehicles. Minnesota's Democratic Governor Tim Walz signed the legislation into law in May, making Minnesota the 23rd state to legalize and regulate the use of marijuana in their state. However, licensed retail sales of cannabis are not anticipated to begin in Minnesota until 2024. Additional information is available from the Minnesota Office of Cannabis Management online. New study in from Canada, an estimated 1 in 7 Canadians report using cannabis products to recuperate from work-related physical injuries, according to data published in the journal, the British Medical Journals Open. Researchers affiliated with the University of Toronto surveyed nearly 1,200 Canadians who'd received workers' compensation for either a work-related injury or illness. 14% of the respondents said they'd used cannabis explicitly to recuperate from a workplace injury. Cannabis is legal for both medical use and adult use in Canada. Those electing to use cannabis typically reported experiencing greater levels of pain and sleep disruptions as compared to non-users. Most respondents had not discussed their cannabis use with their physician. Studies from the United States and Canada find that most healthcare professionals believe they are inadequately prepared to discuss medical cannabis-related matters with their patients. In the United States, courts have issued contradictory opinions regarding whether medical cannabis-related costs are eligible for reimbursement under workers' compensation laws. 6 states, Connecticut, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, and Pennsylvania, currently allow for reimbursements. By contrast, 7 states, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Florida, North Dakota, Ohio, and Washington State, expressly prohibit workers' compensation insurance from reimbursing medical marijuana-related costs. Other states are silent on the issue. Most patients and most physicians and most state laws view cannabis as a legitimate therapeutic option. Therefore, the millions of Americans who rely upon medical cannabis products ought to be afforded the same entitlements as those who use other conventional medications, and therapies. Those privileges should include insurance-provided reimbursement for medical cannabis treatment. This study, Cannabis Use Among Workers with Work-Related Injuries and Illnesses, results from a cross-sectional study of workers' compensation claimants in Ontario, Canada, appears in this month's edition of the British Medical Journal Open. From Europe, Luxembourg City, legislation permitting the limited possession and cultivation of cannabis in private took effect late last week in the European nation of Luxembourg. Under the new law, those 18 or older may legally cultivate up to 4 cannabis plants in a private household. Home grows may not be visible to the public. By contrast, consuming cannabis in public remains criminalized, as does the public possession of more than 3 grams of marijuana. Home grows of more than 4 plants are also subject to criminal penalties. Officials in Luxembourg say the new policy is the first step in what they anticipate will be additional future reforms loosening the nation's marijuana laws. In 2021, the European nation of Malta similarly approved legislation permitting the possession and home cultivation of personal use quantities of cannabis. Our last story tonight is from Qualla, North Carolina, on the Cherokee Indian Reservation, near where my family's from. The Tribal Council for North Carolina's Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians will let residents decide whether to allow adult use marijuana sales on North Carolina's Cherokee Indian Reservation. The residents will decide the measure in a vote on September 7th. If approved, the measure would permit residents to legally possess cannabis and engage in retail sales. Cannabis sales would initially be restricted to tribal residents, but would eventually be open to the general public. Members of the Cherokee tribe already engage in medical cannabis sales. The federally recognized tribe has about 14,000 members. Approximately 9,600 of them live on the Qualla boundary in North Carolina, located about 50 miles west of Asheville. Neither the medical use of cannabis nor the consumption of marijuana by adults is legal in the state of North Carolina. That is the end of our Hemp News segment tonight. Now we come in with Blake Laitner from We Need Rent Money. I'll have another little intro in a moment to introduce a clip from the movie I am an associate producer on, The Green Goddess. Stay tuned. I think you'll like it. I would like to welcome Blake Laitner on our show. Blake is a newly minted filmmaker. His film is going to premiere here in Oregon soon. Tell us about your film, Blake, and we've got the trailer all queued up, ready to go.
Well, it is quite the treat you folks are in for in Portland. We made this movie in Eugene, Oregon. It is based on a true story. Can't tell you what everything is true about it. Don't want to incriminate anybody by any means, but it is called We Need Rent Money. I don't know if the audience could see that, but yeah, it is a lot of fun, folks. And yeah, it was a lot of work, as most things that great turn out to be. And what you're about to see is a lot of work in the making, a lot of fun. And yeah, I hope you enjoy watching this trailer because we had a lot of fun putting it together.
Okay, well, here it is.
You know, I've been thinking.
What you been thinking?
You know what I'm saying? I'm on a roll. Oh, great, then you can pay our rent for us.
I'm thinking you guys maybe ought to pull yourselves up by your bootstraps.
Smoke weed or you will fucking die.
They love this stuff.
But we're not wearing boots, and they don't have straps.
Oh my God.
Coke. I fucking love it.
Alright, so now if you'll excuse me, I gotta go put on my big boy pants, go save the fucking day.
So you're gonna do 3 things.
Sell a testicle. Sell a freaking kidney. Do something with those college brains of yours.
You ruined my fucking life.
Sanders, we have a plan, and we need to stick to the plan.
No, I'm gonna stick to the fucking plan. You can stick the plan up your ass, how about that?
And if they screw up,
then that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Just get as physically close to us hurting yourself as possible without actually hurting yourself, okay?
I'm going to find you, cut your balls off, hang them from the rearview mirror, and flip them against the window every once in a while. You got that?
There's always time for a nasty one. Who's ready for the fucking sexy lingerie party, huh?
Fuck you!
No.
Fuck you!
Oh!
Are you out of your fucking mind? I would die for you.
This is appalling.
Wait, federal crime.
You good?
Yeah, let's start the interview.
Couple red cents to a couple mil. We need rent money.
Tell us what we saw there, Blake.
Well, what you saw there is basically, we didn't want to give away too much about the movie, but I feel like you get a great idea what We Need Rent Money is about. And then we wanted to hit you hard with a lot of slapstick and a lot of the stunts that we do have. We don't give away the whole story, of course. We want you to watch the movie. So we just get you really excited. And I think if you like the trailer, you're going to like my movie. So.
All right, and you're going to have a special showing of that here in Portland soon, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a big mission on my hands. What the goal is, it's called the 420. We Need Rent Money 420 tour, and the goal is to collaborate with a local dispensary on a community movie event in all the legalized recreational states. And being the film made in Oregon, and Portland being the coolest city to have it at. Yeah, I found a dispensary called the Send Dispensary. The owner, Brett, really cool guy. I'm about to actually meet tomorrow in person to find out what he wants to get from this event. So, and get to know each other as people, you know, and I think that's really special. And yeah, so the
Tickets? They should.
if they want to purchase tickets, they could go to Ascend Dispensary where they can purchase a ticket. Also, meet Brett's knowledgeable bud tenders and supposedly very low prices on flour and oil. So,
Will people be able to buy a ticket at the door?
if there's tickets still available after these dispensaries, if there's still tickets available after we run the promotion at the dispensary, yes, they will be able to buy tickets at the door. But we will also promote that on his website if they're sold out or not. And yeah, it's going to be a great, I think, collaboration because my movie and Cannabis just go hand in hand. I feel like the movie is like my dedication to Cheech and Chong and Half Baked and all the great stoner comedies, but with a Mel Brooks feel to it, and also my tribute to Animal House being in Eugene, Oregon. So I wanted to make a modern day, college party film. So.
Okay, so it's going to be at, what's that theater again?
Fifth Avenue Cinema on August 19th. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. If there's more information, you can check out the Facebook page, We Need Rent Money tour. And we will keep you updated with more information as it comes along. We're going to have an after party too. The party doesn't stop when I get to a city. So it's just going to be one party after the next. And yeah, it's going to be awesome to get to see a cool movie, get to ask me questions about the film. And I think it's just going to be a win-win situation. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. It's just been a lot of work.
When did you start at the project?
It started in 2019, the project, and it took 5 years to make this project. It's just once your editors tell you that they want to continue working on it and making it better, you can't tell them no because you're trying to put out the best product possible.
Editing, very time-consuming process. Once you break a second down into a couple dozen pieces, it takes.
Yeah, the rough cut was a 2 hour and I think 16-minute rough cut. You can't have any comedy 2 hours and 16 minutes. So we had to break it down to an hour and 40. So yeah, it was a lot of cutting and figuring out because we have 3 kids that live in the home and we had to decide which story to go with, which we decided obviously going with the linear story made the most sense. So,
So
but
cast and
don't
crew.
want to give away too much about the movie. But what I can say about it, like I said, it's based on a true story, and the co-writer Samson Ray Simon, who I wrote this with, we are sitting at home. We just got an evaluation from Hollywood for a screenplay we wrote called Space Pimps. And the advice they gave us, well, if you got Snoop Dogg on board, you may have a shot. Well, I don't have Snoop Dogg on speed dial on my phone. So we came to the conclusion that we have to figure out what are we going to write that we could film. And being in Eugene, we thought, well, let's make a college film. The first thing that came to my mind is Animal House, obviously, the classic comedy. And so we're like, all right, let's make a college party film. Thank you, Airbnb. So, and yeah, organized mess turned into real mess. And my actors had a lot of fun making it. I felt like I was drowning the whole time, but as long as I kept pushing it forward, yeah, I would get to shore eventually. And yeah, I wrapped it up by 2020, like right before the pandemic started. So thank God for that. And it was shot in 35 days over a 90-day period, though. So it was a lot of work and a lot of time. And just the stuff that my actors did it's fantastic because how I describe it is everyone's like Kramer in this movie. Everybody's just over the top, outrageous, and like I don't know if you saw it, Paul, or are you waiting to go see it on the big screen? Because there's no experience like seeing We Need Rent Money on the big screen than sitting at home. I mean, now we're at a year. This is the first year we are now streaming. We are on streaming platforms, but I understand I need to self-promote this thing myself. That's why I am doing this.
You've got it on Tubi, right? You're on the Tubi.
I'm on Tubi and I'm on Prime Video, yes. I haven't got 1 million streams, unfortunately, but I made 500 in sales, but nowhere near what the budget cost to make this movie. Also, my DP, shout out to Jeremy Ferguson. Yeah, no one would ever take on this project except for him, and he ended up quitting his job to make this movie, and just really means a lot to me. Just my cast and crew.
Tell me more about your cast and crew. You said Jeremy was one of your principal.
Jeremy Ferguson was my DP, my camera guy. I had Jeff Johnson. This guy is a fantastic gentleman. He actually left us thousands and thousands of dollars worth of lights, and he decided, well, I believe in these guys. We'll give them the tools and the equipment. Thank God we had a guy named Devin Robinson who was also a great lighting guy, so he knew how to use all these tools, even though Jeff gave us a tutorial in one day. But yeah, it was a lot to take in, but it was awesome for him to believe in us. And it had over 30 cast members, including me. I play a bud tender. I play the eagle, where I elbow drop my actor at the beginning of the movie and end up breaking his collarbone. But he was a backyard wrestler as a kid, so he was able to tolerate pain. That is Samson Ray Simon. Shout out to him. He's also he's the co-writer. He's helped out with the theme song for the movie. Have a killer soundtrack on Spotify. Yeah, just so much love that was put into this. Shannon Swords is the man, the myth, the legend. He came in as my composer, but his wife also was also in the movie, Megan Johns, and yeah, just awesome talent. Some of my talents now even in LA. Cameron Lee Price and Raymond Powers worked with some big names, and yeah, I've had actors not just from Eugene all the way up to Seattle area, just very represented the Northwest. And yeah, it's a lot to take in, like this interview. So, and like I said, it doesn't stop. The way we film it is very creative, and it's, you don't know if you're watching a movie, you're playing a video game. We have achievements that pop up on the screen, and yeah, it's just a very interactive, just nonstop comedy.
So how is it that you got drawn into doing a Cheech and Chong type cannabis movie?
Um, it's funny because I first started with my first short film, which was The American Dream, which also was shot in Portland. Because I went to this place called Film Connections, and we worked with a mentor up in Portland. I'm sitting with this fellow student one day having lunch, and I look at him, I'm like, what the hell are we doing? Like, are we gonna make a movie? And like, I couldn't live with myself and not go to film school and not make a movie. So once again, I take things into my own hands. Me and him made a short film called The American Dream, which you can see on my YouTube channel. And yeah, it was shot with a red with Portland actors. I had Jerry Bell Jr., and he's pretty big in the indie film community up there. And yeah, some very talented people. And that actually turned out to be great because my father saw what me and Hakeem Reagan, the guy that I made the movie with, and he actually wrote a book called The Hebraic Obsession. And the first chapter of the book is called The Stairs. And we did a reenactment of that. And it turned out to be an award winner in a bunch of film festivals. And it was the story of my father as a 10-year-old boy listening to my grandfather talk to Holocaust survivors about almost being gassed to death in Auschwitz. And he never mentioned that he was on the staircase while he was hearing this story. And he ends up hearing it from a tape recorder 4 days after his dad passed away, like for an interview his father did. So, and yeah, that was a very personal piece of mine. Obviously, The American Dream was a guerrilla style, no insurance. The second time I'm dealing with lawyers and insurance and contracts and everything. And went from that to then started directing music videos, writing a bunch of features, and then deciding to make this stoner film, We Need Rent Money. So, but I always wanted to do something like this. So anybody that ever wanted to do something on your show, I just want to recommend just do it because life's too short.
Let me ask you, I often ask people this question. What drew you into marijuana? When was the first time you used cannabis? And how did you become a cannabis aficionado?
I would say that would be, it's so funny. 12 years old, 12, 13 years old, middle school. Oh, there's so many crazy stories I got for you. One, when I was so stoned, I don't know why my parents decided to buy this large jar of yellow mustard from Costco. I don't know why anybody needs a giant sized jar of yellow mustard, but I just remember being stoned one day and wanting to go grab something from the fridge and knocking this large jar of mustard all over the ground. and I'm stoned out my gorge. I end up grabbing the wrong towels to clean it up. My mom comes home and she knows, like, you know how moms are. You can't hide it from them. And then, like, some reason, like, I'll be cleaning my room and she'll be like, "What are you high?" Like, so I just remembered that, I just had a great time, and just the feeling that I get from it, it's a great, it put me around great people that ended up becoming my best friends, and that's what and now I live by that, saying is, friend when weed is a friend indeed. So, it's just one of those things, like, I'll always be around all the cool kids. The cool kids have more fun, and that's what I like to do. I like to have a good time, and that's why I'm creating this tour. I feel like I get to go around to all these big cities and meet awesome people, and also it wouldn't be bad having a weed connect, in all the major cities that are weed owners, of dispensaries, so wherever I go, I have a friend, But more importantly, I get to meet my fans, which I really think is really cool about this tour. But why do I love weed, man? It keeps my sanity. We'll just leave it at that. I don't know. I love it, and just yeah, that's it. That's really all I gotta say about that. I don't see anything wrong working on a hard day of work and coming home and smoking a joint or smoking a bowl, as long as you're doing something for society.
So you're starting this tour out in Portland, and what are your plans in terms of going to other cities with your movie? Your movie again is We Need Rent Money, right?
Yes, sir. We need rent money, and obviously the goal of this tour obviously is to show we need rent money, but also promote what I'm doing next, which is a sketch comedy show called Totally Mind Blowing, and I will have a little teaser at the end of We Need Rent Money's tour for the audience to see. And the goal of the show is I want to sell wooden sticks because I have an infomercial called Stick in the Door, and the concept is they go on totallymindblowing.com when the show is ready. They buy Stick in the Door, and once they buy the stick, on the stick's going to be a QR code that they scan. Once they scan that QR code, they're going to be able to watch the show. So I want to have a novelty item with every episode of this show. And this tour is going to be a great way to, market it. And the next step would obviously, after a successful event in Portland, is to finish up the Northwest and head up to Seattle. I'm also in the works of doing next year in New England, Boston, Massachusetts. I'm working with a dispensary that, it was pretty wild. I found this dispensary right across the street from historic Fenway Park. Wasn't even open at the time, but I was going to dispensaries all around Boston, telling them about this tour, seeing who would be interested. And end up talking to the owner of the dispensary, told him it, and he was like, "Let's go," So, and then he's like, "Let me show you my dispensary." This thing was like a mall. I mean, it was crazy how big this dispensary was, but I mean, to fit all those people from the crowd from Fenway Park, it had to be big. So he was like, and then I thought he was just going to take a flyer, but he ended up taking my phone and putting his number in my phone. He's like, "We're going to do this." So, and I want to do one in LA, Denver, you name it. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to go to all the recreational states, but I'm going to go to a lot of them. Definitely Alaska. I won't really want to do Alaska. Anchorage, I think, would be a great place to go. Show we need rent money. So, I have a tall task on my hands. Like I said, I feel like the Blues Brothers. I'm on a mission from God, and nobody's going to do it for me, sir,
That's right.
It's only going to be me to do it. And I just hope people enjoy the tour. And like I said, I think it's great what these dispensaries are doing to give back to their customers and supporting the arts. So, I'm really looking forward to this event in Portland, Oregon. Hopefully, some of your folks that watch the show attend. And like I said, you can check out WeNeedRentMoney.com for more information. about, my movie. We're on all social media platforms, and yeah, I don't stop. So you'll see me everywhere.
The name reminds me of that New York political party, the rent's too damn high, so.
Yeah, no, I'm sure everyone could relate to a story where they didn't get their security deposit back for some stupid reason. Or if you're living in a place for 7 years and then they tell you that there's been $3,000 worth of damages to a place, which is a lot of just wear and tear. But you know how rental places could be. Now, that could be also one of the reasons why I made this movie, but no, it's not. I had to make this movie because I didn't want to live with the what if, and I'm sure that's how you felt about your show. I mean, that's why you did it, right? And
Yeah.
you've been doing this since 1996?
Yep, I've been doing this television show here on Portland Cable Access since October of 1996. This will be show 1156.
Awesome.
So,
Well, I am honored to be on your show. Again, like I said, my advice to anybody in life, anything you guys want to do, you can do. Just got to find the right tools and resources. Don't let money stop you either. That money, if you don't have the money, that's an excuse. I mean, yeah, we all need money to get places and hire a production crew, but you can literally get out there and shoot something on your phone today, find actors and learn how to actually, do blocking with Google and YouTube videos. There's just no excuse anymore. And it's just, yeah, if you want to get out there and make a sculpture, make them, yeah, and then in the end, we all should be proud of what we make in the end. Sometimes the execution isn't at the best, but as long as I'm sure the shows kept getting better as they went on. So,
oh yeah, well,
but yeah, no, like I said, I really look forward to this tour, and I'm really excited for what's about to come. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but yeah, but it's not a dream.
yeah.
Anybody that says they're dreaming and they're doing it, they're not dreaming. You're actually doing something. A dream is something you think is going to come to you, and it never comes.
So you're starting a sketch comedy series. Is that an internet streaming platform you're gonna go with? What did you call that?
Totally mind blowing. That's the name of the show, and once it is ready to be launched, I will update it on all my We Need Rent Money platforms. And yeah, like I said, they could go on there. They're going to purchase a novelty item called Stick in the Door, which is a wooden stick they put in their screen door, so they get that extra protection. And yeah, we did an infomercial for Stick in the Door as one of the sketches. It's going to be maybe a little over 30-minute show with a music performance at the end. For the pilot, we're going to introduce you to Little Sandpaper, which is actually he's featured in We Need Rent Money. So yeah, I have a music video. I'm going to show Little Sandpaper at the end. So. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I get to hang out with my friends and get to create. We get to bring things to life that we think are funny, and who doesn't love doing that? Hanging out with their friends and creating art. So.
All right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to tell our audience about? I know the movie's coming up on August 19th here in Portland at the Fifth Avenue Cinema. What time does it start?
At 6:30 p.m., the doors open up. I would like you to, if you'd like to purchase a ticket before the day of the show, if there are tickets still available, go to Ascend Dispensary. I don't have the address in front of me. I'm sure they could Google it. It's Sandy Boulevard. I'm not sure the actual address. I know it's on Sandy Boulevard. So, and yeah, Brett will be selling tickets for the event. And if we have tickets available the day of the event, They can purchase them at the door for $10. If they're unable to attend the event and still want to watch We Need Rent Money, it is available on Tubi for free with ads or without ads on Prime Video.
So
I want to thank you, Paul, and yeah, I look forward to seeing everybody in Portland.
Okay, well, thanks, Blake. We appreciate it. We need rent money. It's always true.
Yeah, we all need it. Have a great evening.
Thanks for coming on and help restore hemp. Good night. All right, so that was Blake Laitner's movie, We Need Rent Money. And now we go to the movie that I'm an associate producer and a minor actor in. There's a little clip of me toward the end of the movie. We're going to play this through the credits. I think some of the most outstanding animations you'll ever see in a cannabis movie. Anyway, stay tuned for The Green Goddess. Remember, if you or a loved one need help finding a doctor who can help you get a medical marijuana permit, then call our office. We have a physician referral service. Call us at 503-235-4606. That's 503-235-4606. And here is the Green Goddess. Work to restore him.
Soleil? Soleil?
Hey, Christian! There's a storm! Grab the stakes. Where are they? They're in the barn. I'll get Riley and meet you at the field. Grab the stakes! They're over there! This storm was crazy. They told us about them. It's not that bad, though. Could have been worse.
We did the right thing staking these plants. Most of them are still standing. Nice and strong, too.
All the ones that are still standing are gonna be good. All the ones on the ground, gotta be bubble hash.
Oh my God, he tied himself to her.
What else could go wrong today? Can I help you?
Ich will Sie fair warnen. Wir werden nächstens eine Inspektion durchführen.
This is our fair warning that you will be up for inspection.
What?
Die THC-Limite wir kontrollieren. Und die Werte wir vor jeder Ernte kontrollieren. Und wenn die Werte übersteigen, dann haben Sie echt ein Problem.
THC limit. We inspect right before every harvest. Big trouble if you are over the limits.
What kind of trouble?
Wir brennen durch das ganze Feld runter.
We slash and burn your field.
Bye.
We can't just let them come and destroy our field.
I don't understand. You can grow legally as long as you're growing bad stuff?
We need to harvest our crop before they come back. I got an idea.
I'll throw that butt up in the air. I wave it all around like you just don't care. Say nice buds, nice buds. I say big buds, big buds. And I'll slam that butt from side to side. Shake it
don't try to hide. I can see you.
You could have humored me, damn. Great party, Jazz, but what the fuck is gonna happen to me now?
Hey, we're gonna find another place to hide you.
Where? You're an idealist, I'm a realist.
Okay, you should go to public.
What are you talking about?
Amnesty International or something like that.
Ooh, I love your mind.
Listen up. I'm Soleil. Thanks for coming out. We've now harvested in one day what it would have taken us weeks to do. We beat the cops. Most of you don't know this, but the reason we grew this field is not for us. It's for my big brother Eli. He's in prison back in America, another victim of my country's war against marijuana. Thank you so much. You've all made it possible for us to go back home with enough money to get my brother a fair trial.
Why you're here?
To become enlightened?
Sweet answer. Yet why? Enlightenment is not the end, it's just the beginning. What is it that drives you to worship me? Is it because you like my taste? My high?
No, it's more than that. You need me!
Yes, Christian, I need you. What good am I if I am not used? I'll just wither and die, my fruits rotting on the earth. I have so many gifts to give the world, yet I'm made an outlaw. I'm food, shelter, clothing, medicine, fuel, and so much more. Help me, Christian. Connect with me. Connect others to me. Make them understand. Allow me, through you, to heal the planet. Only then will my true purpose have been fulfilled.
I'll do it. How do I start?
Come closer. I'll show you. Closer. Closer. Enjoy.
Wo sind die Amerikaner?
Die sind gegangen.
Wohin?
Ah, das weiß ich nicht, keine Ahnung.
Brotherhood of the Goddess.
My brother.
The three of you grew some kind bud. Congratulations. We'll buy it all.
You have no problem selling it, man.
Sell it? Like I said, this is my medicine. It's my personal stash.
We vape a lot.
Alice, is it true that hemp has a greater nutritional value than beef?
Alice, why is hemp better than beef?
Alice.
You eat hemp as well as grow it?
Anything like chicken?
Ooh, look what just arrived from Switzerland.
Oh, that's good. Do we have any patients left?
What's up, man?
What's up, man? Thanks a lot, man. We did it.
You did.
You ready for the trial and
I
censure?
know I am, man.
Look at you.
And the winner this year's Cannabis Cup, Christian Green for the Green Goddess.
It's all so messy. They've outlawed our blessings. She's salvation for our nation. She secures our health, restores our wealth. Free the plant, release the goddess. Free the plant, release the goddess. Use her, don't abuse her. Free her, cause we need her. She's salvation for our nation. Salvation for our nation. Salvation for our nation.
George Washington knew her, Tom Jefferson grew her, these forefathers of this land. Words of freedom drafted, on paper grafted, from a family plan. It's a beautiful day to give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. Give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. We'll give the green goddess praise. Raise her up from seat, she'll bring us what we need. Clear conscience and sound mind. Replace the corn we grow with the green we know. She's the tree of life. It's a beautiful day to give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. Give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. We'll give the green goddess praise. It's a beautiful day to give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. Harvest her stock, nature's building blocks, and put the roof over your head. She'll keep you warm, weather you from life's storms, and bless your daily bread. It's a beautiful day to give the green goddess praise for this beautiful day, yes. Give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. We'll give the green goddess praise. From the words that I say to the music I play, I bring the green goddess praise.
George, sweetie, have you seen that pretty yellow box from Switzerland?
No, dear.
Oh, shit. Give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. We'll give the green goddess praise. From the words that I say to the music I play, I bring the green goddess praise. It's a beautiful day to give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. Hemp nuts we can eat, protein and omega-3 to strengthen us as we grow. Medicinal provided to the ill and the sick, the healing of the nation, you know. She's giving weed all that we need. One plant will provide all we need to survive. She's giving weed all that we need. One plant will provide all we need to survive. She's giving weed all that we need. One plant will provide all we need to survive. She's giving weed all that we need. One plant will provide all we need to survive. She's giving weed. It's a beautiful day to give the green goddess praise for this beautiful day, yeah. Give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. We'll give the green goddess praise. From the words that I say to the music I play, I bring the green goddess praise. It's a beautiful day to give the green goddess praise for this beautiful day, yes. Give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. We'll give the green goddess praise. Give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. We'll give the green goddess praise. From the words that I say to the music I play, I bring the green goddess praise. Give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. We'll give the green goddess praise. It's a beautiful day to give the green goddess praise for this beautiful day, yes. Give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. We'll give the green goddess praise. From the words that I say to the music I play, I bring the green goddess praise. Give the green goddess praise for these beautiful days. We'll give the green goddess praise.